Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Barcelona Buzz, where we dive into the world of Catalan football and bring you the latest news, analysis, and discussions. I'm your host today, and we're going to talk about one of the most contentious matches in La Liga this season, El Clasico. We all know how intense these games can be, with fans on both sides putting pressure on referees to make the right calls. But what happened at the Montjuic Stadium last night took refereeing decisions to a whole new level. Alejandro Hernández was tasked with officiating one of the biggest games in Spain, and it's safe to say he had an absolute horror show. Barcelona fans will feel aggrieved after having several goals denied against them, penalties not awarded, and so much more. But what makes this match particularly egregious is that RMTV launched a campaign against Hernández before the game, questioning his allegiances and highlighting their low win record in games he's managed. It seems like Spain's second-best team took advantage of this pressure to influence the referee's decisions. One early decision stood out. Hernández called a penalty for Real Madrid after Wojciech Szczesny cleaned out Kylian Mbappé. The Polish goalkeeper did commit a foul, but Mbappé was in an offside position when the ball was played through and was very close to Cubarsí, making it difficult for Hernández to call it offside. The VAR also disagreed with his decision. Real Madrid's second goal had controversy written all over it as well. Lamine Yamal went down trying to beat 2-3 opposition players and stayed on the floor, but a foul wasn't called, and Ancelotti's men scored from the same play. Fede Valverde clearly got a piece of Lamine in that sequence, making another goal that shouldn't have been awarded to Los Blancos. Then there was Rafinha being dragged inside the box, not to allow him to reach a cross which wasn't even looked into, and minutes later, when Kylian Mbappé came up with a dive that would have made Michael Phelps proud, Hernández blew his whistle without an iota of hesitation. Thankfully, that was overturned. Ferran Torres, who was on his bike on one of his many runs in behind the defense throughout the game, was brought down by Aurélien Tchouaméni while being the last man on the line. And yet, he was only awarded a yellow card and not a red. Ferran Torres then had a shot on goal that Tchouaméni blocked with his hands away from his body. The VAR team did have another look at the decision, but ultimately chose to stick with Hernández's original call, not to award Barcelona a spot kick despite a blatant handball. But if all these decisions were horrendous, the VAR team reserved their best for the last. Fermín López thought he had put the game to bed in stoppage time by scoring what would have been the fifth goal of Barcelona on the night. It was an absolute screamer of a goal, but had to be chalked off, rightfully, for handball. What came as a shocker wasn't the decision to rule the goal out, but an audio from the VAR room that emerged in which an unnamed voice was heard going, "Thank goodness," after spotting the handball. Bias just doesn't get bigger, does it? In all seriousness, refereeing is a high-pressure role and mistakes happen. But what took place last night went beyond simple human error. It was, in every sense, a breakdown in integrity and competence at the highest level of Spanish football. La Liga needs to take this seriously. Raising the standard of officiating is no longer optional. It's essential. Let's hope this was rock bottom, because Spanish football, its players, and most of all, its fans deserve far better. Thanks for joining us on Barcelona Buzz, where we keep you updated on the latest news from the world of Catalan football.